One thing that you would have never heard of is astrologically, if you see, 108 has a lot of significance. Namaste, this is Srini from Figuring Out Hinduism, and today's topic is about the number 108. I'm sure you would have heard a lot of things about 108. Things like it is the sun's diameter divided by Earth's diameter, or the sun's diameter divided by distance from Earth, and moon's diameter divided by distance between the Earth and the moon, and stuff like that. And you can go try these things yourself, and you're not going to find, it's not going to be 100. It will be 106, it will be 109, it will be 110. It's not going to be 108. Now the real reason for the 108 is this: when you make a chart of a person, or when you make a horoscope of a person, the first house talks about birth. The 8th house is something that represents death. The zero in between, the shunya, is the cosmic intelligence, the cosmos that connects the birth and the death. It is like, you can call it Kala Purusha or God, cosmic intelligence, whatever. Also, if you take the first two numbers, 1 and 0, it becomes the 10th house. Now, 10th house is to do with the karma, the actions that the soul has taken birth to do. So essentially, 108 means first house is birth, then 10 is the 10th house. 10th house is about the actions that the soul needs to do in the birth, and 8th house is death. So 108 is essentially the complete life of a human being, from birth to the actions that he or she does, and death. Another astrological aspect of this is, I'm sure many of you would know, there are 27 different nakshatras or constellations that surround us. So whenever a person is born, he has to be born in one of these 27 nakshatras, which essentially means that when the person is born, his moon was aligned to one of these 27 nakshatras. Now, again, if you see, these nakshatras are actually divided, each of these nakshatras are divided into 4 parts, 4 equal parts. And being born in each of these parts has a different meaning to life. So essentially, if you see, 27 into 4 is 108 again. So there are 108 different purposes of life that can happen. So that is another astrological context. So there are 114 chakras in the body from a perspective of yoga. 2 are out of the body, so that leaves you with 112. 4 are chakras that you can't control or manage. So if that goes away, you're left with 108 chakras, and these are the chakras that you can control by doing yogic sadhana and meditation. This will help you elevate yourself spiritually. So that's why 108 is an important number from a perspective of yoga also. So any sadhana, meditation, mantra sadhana, all of this, that is why it requires you to chant all the mantras at least 108 times. So it will be either 108 or 1008 or 10,008. And this is the reason, because you have 108 chakras. Also, the 108 number shows up mysteriously in other geographical sites and sites of other religions across the globe. Few example here is the Stonehenge in the UK, and it has something called the Sarsen circle, which is the second circle from the boundary, right? And the diameter of that circle is 108 feet. Also, another place that the 108 number shows up, the archaeological site of the temple of Lamine in Mexico. Now, this place is a cluster of temples, and the highest temple in this place is 108 feet tall. Also, other places where this shows is Tibetan Buddhism. They have this concept of 108 delusions that can make a person follow a different path. Also, in Zen Buddhism in Japan, they beat the gong 108 times at the end of every year as a reminder of 108 delusions that they have to control and conquer the next year. So I hope this was a video that was useful and informative to you. Thank you and keep watching. Please do subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon. Please do share this with your near and dear ones so that we can together figure out the third largest religion of the world.